Welcome back to Lauralign for my personal yoga practice number 4. For the most part, this is a non-voiceover practice. Come on and practice your yoga, and I'll practice talking to you while I do my yoga.
You're already in down dog. Yes, you are. But you're a cat, though. You're my cool buddy. Come here. Oh, sweet Goof. Sweet Goofa. You're a good boy. I'm gonna do some yoga now, okay?
So after you get all distractions out of the way, yes, even loved ones can be distractions, even though we love them, of course. Go ahead and meet me on your back. I'm using a blanket right now to pad my lumbar area, but you can take it away if you find that it doesn't quite feel right or whatnot.
Take a couple deep breaths. And get settled in. You don't have to rush. Start to just wiggle a little bit in your own time. I have already found a painful area. My hips. Surprise, surprise. Just kidding, I'm not surprised at all. I just had a deep tissue massage yesterday, and while sometimes things can really hurt, it's ultimately like a release at the same time. So it's like, it hurt. Oh, hi, Goo. Come here, Goo. Anyways, it's like it hurts so good, but I'm ultimately sore, so I'm gonna not linger here for very much longer. My hips really feeling it today. But as always, I do love to start out on the back, just because if you're anything like me, you've been rushing around all day and hardly giving yourself a break, and you just need to lay down for a little bit. I try to incorporate breaks, but it's just like, where does the time go? You know what I mean? Like, when you got stuff to do. All right, so let's pull our knees up to our chest. I'm gonna do another little rock back and forth, just coming at it from another angle here, which actually feels quite good on the low back. Just the trick here is kind of making sure that your low back is flush and your feet are flexed. I mean, you can point them if you want, but I find that it feels, I can also feel it in like my ankles and I guess hamstrings here. And we're gonna roll up to Dandasana. Or modified Dandasana in my case. The more you can flex your feet and kind of make it feel like you are pushing your feet against an invisible wall, or even if you do have a wall or a prop of some sort, you can really feel that in the hamstrings, even the glute, definitely in that outer hip. Whew. I'm just gonna linger here for a minute because that feels really good. Of course, as always, you want to focus on the breath. I find the more deeply I can breathe is when I'm really getting into that moving meditation. And now that I'm talking while I'm doing my own personal practice, I'm not really sure how meditative this is going to be for me, but I'll give it a go. Make sure that your spine is as straight as possible. You really want to just bring your body into some sort of stretch in some sort of way that doesn't hurt. And you really have to be honest with yourself, because sometimes it does hurt and sometimes you can push it a little further, but it's in that line that we find growth, right? So the fine line between not enough and too much is where you want to find, so that while you are stretching things that hurt, you're also making space for it to hopefully not hurt as much anymore. So switching legs here, I'm feels nice to wrap my arms around this bent leg, putting some weight on my heel here. I'm really kind of pushing down with my right thigh while rotating my right leg inward. So it's all in how, that's why I like to flex the foot also, because you can tell when your leg is straight, right? So this is straight and say this is not, but this is relaxed. So if you find yourself like this is a little too much for me right now. So it is okay to go ahead and relax it, but to get more of a stretch, you're gonna wanna try to rotate it. And we're breathing. We're breathing, breathing, breathing. Of course, you can always add a twist here, but I find it better to focus on one thing at a time. So now is when I might go ahead and do a twist. Left hand comes behind you to brace. Right hand can go on your left knee to assist. We're gonna do that on the other side. So back to where we were on this side. Can always bring this leg in more if it feels better. Sometimes I do, but today I feel like this right leg needs more space. And really feel this in my shoulder blades. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Super nice when I'm using my feet and my hands here to kind of form this balance to allow me to really relax my body much more than I would have thought was possible. So you just got to find that sweet spot. It might take a while. We can come back through Dandasana if you'd like, or you can do a cobbler. Just loving this hip opener right now. Please don't push it. Use your cushions. We're washing all of our pillowcases right now, so I don't have my usual pillow, my feather pillow, so I'm making do with this very cozy blanket. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's not a memory foam pillow, so we're gonna go into a little bit of cat-cow before we do some one-legged pigeons. So the way I do this little dance here is I'm basically moving between child's pose and cat-cow. Some extended child's pose with the arms here feels really good for my shoulders. Such a nice stretch. And I've been working on my erector muscles in the mid-back, which are the muscles that help support your upper back. So they're really important, and I guess I just wasn't using mine or something because my massage therapist couldn't even touch my mid-back without flinching. Or without me flinching, I mean. So, we got it to the point yesterday where I definitely feel a little soreness in it today, but I highly recommend deep tissue massages like I was saying earlier, but if you're undoing years of tension and neglect of the body, you're gonna pay some sort of price there. All right, so went from my child's pose to my cat-cow now. Now you can always try to sync it with the breath, but it's a practice, and talking during this is definitely new to me. Like, I can't help but keep talking, so maybe I should just shush it, and then, like, we're gonna all kind of do this, like, kind of wiggle from child's pose to cat-cow, throw in a down dog, up dog. Honestly, do whatever feels good for you, and we'll just take a couple of minutes, and I'll be silent. And yeah, just focus on your breath. Maybe take some affirmations. Lately, one of mine has been, I am healing. So let's think it. Let's make it so. As always, an audible breath will help you relax, but you can always listen to me. We're eventually going to meet up in down dog, so take your time. You can always explore I'm a big fan of modifications, so you can put your knees as wide as the mat, put your big toes to touch, press into your feet, press into your legs. I had a bad habit of kind of flippity floppity on the feet, and I didn't even realize it, but you can take that front body up to meet the back body. Kind of feel this pushing up from your palms. Press into all 10 fingerprints, or however many fingerprints you have. You want your elbows to be facing, elbow creases to be facing forward. Now, if you have any issues with your wrists, you can always do this on your elbows, which I had to do for a long time. But between chiropractic and massage care, I now have no more wrist pain. So that's cool. Now, it can be a lot to think about in each pose, so try not to overthink it, she says, as she is overthinking. But since I'm the yoga teacher, then I'm allowed to overthink it, and I'm supposed to be overthinking it so that you guys know what to look out for, because you don't want to hurt yourself. And that's why I do everything really slow, because I could hurt myself. All right. So let's just do one down dog and then kind of move into the one-legged pigeons. And then I'm thinking boat pose and supine twist and shavasana. So we got a little bit left here today. So all right, let's walk it out to downward facing dog. So curl the toes under, wrists out forward. Now you always want to lift up with your hips. Then same thing here. Your hands should feel the exact same here as they did when we were in cat-cow or all fours. Ooh, I am feeling it in that right shoulder after yesterday's massage. It is shaky. Stretch it out. If you're feeling adventurous, go ahead and take a plank here. If my shoulder weren't bothering me, I totally would, because I am trying to work on my core. But that's also why we are doing boat pose after pigeons. I just want to make sure everything's feeling nice and good for us to go into that that pose words. That's gonna maybe not feel so good on my bum, my hip area. So here's moving from all fours into one-legged pigeon. So basically we're going to start on the left side here. So scoot that right leg back, left leg in, and just guide your left shin to be as parallel as possible with the mat. Scoot that blankie or whatever on under you. You want this right leg to be, the front thigh should essentially be touching the mat. So a really big stretch in your right hip flexor, your left outer hip, lower left back. And take it down to your elbows if you need to. Rest your head. Grab a pillow here if you need to, but please make sure that your left foot is flexed and you can press your right foot into the mat to help with balance here. Now this pose is traditionally, so we're obviously doing a modification here with the cushion underneath the hip, but traditionally you should possibly be able to bend your right knee. Oh yes. We're gonna move this arm a little bit. You can twist around. No, please don't attempt this. Honestly, I'm being a little show-offy, so I really need to stop. Because this is supposed to be restorative, but now since I did it on that side, I want to try it on the other side. But please don't try this at home if you're having any pain like me. I'm just always, I guess, curious to see what my flexibility is after a deep tissue massage, because it's certainly improving. All right. You can get up off this hip however you like. I do like to kind of come onto the bum and roll on like a crisscross applesauce and then back to all fours. Same thing on the other side. So you can be as graceful as you want to, but all these transitions and things do take time. And will be different every day, really. It just depends on how you're feeling, how your body's feeling, you know? All right. I guess I could do it from this side, so since I'm gonna be being a show-off again. So let me do it like this. That way I can do my right hip. So back to all fours. Right knee in, right leg straightens out. Point that left foot, right shin parallel to the mat as much as possible. Flex your right foot. All right, here she goes. Oh, hi, squirrels. Oh, yes. Squirrely, you don't want to show yourself? All right. Supine twists after we do just a little bit of core work here. So I'm making my way to sit on my blankie because my hips hurt again, as I've been reiterating. Maggie, come here, you're just looking at me. Squirrel. She's like always just at a camera view. All right. Anyways, we're gonna, you can keep your knees bent here because we are going to do boat pose. Now you can totally skip this if you want to. You do not have to do any core work, but I do suggest. I just know for a long time when I was really sore, it was like core work. Oh no, we're just surviving right now. So it's like, gotta get past, you know, gotta heal up a little bit. Gotta work like baby steps. So feel free to kind of lean back here. You can always do this with your knees on, or with your heels on the ground. You're still gonna feel it. Just gotta make sure your back is straight. Otherwise, whoo. When you shake like that, it's a good thing. It means the breath is working and changing your body, but oof, it's just like, woo. So you can do it in bursts if you want to, or, you know, just do the one little thing. I think I'm gonna do one more and then move into the supine twists that I've been longingly talking about because it's gonna feel amazing. So I'm gonna do 3 breaths in a boat pose. Anyone who is joining me, good luck, have fun, let's go. And that was 3. The trick there when you're trying to keep your back straight is also not pushing your ears up to your shoulders, which I'm so guilty of. So just unlearning all these patterns. We're gonna unlearn them together. So hope you're here for it because I am enjoying doing this talking practice, but it's like I'm probably gonna really cringe when I actually listen to like what I'm saying. So anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we're gonna move into the last official pose of the practice, and then Shavasana. So make your way down to your back. Oh yes, keep your knees bent if you like. You guys know I'm a big fan. You can feel free to take a nice big stretch, but I'm just gonna take an easy one because my shoulder. And take any sort of twist you want to, really. It's all in how you stack the legs, so you can take more of a twist, but for anyone with pain, join me here. Keep your shoulders flat and just move your knees. You can always move your hips over if you need to, but I'm just feeling a nice, simple, easy stretch. Do with your arms what you will. Sometimes it feels good to put them on like the low ribs here. Feel this diaphragmatic breath that you should hopefully have, or be working towards a diaphragmatic breath. Big belly breath is such a game changer. And I'm gonna switch sides, but don't let it rush you. You can, so see what I mean? I'm moving my hips over here to the left side and then knees to the right. And back to center. I am officially moving into Shavasana, but if there's anything else you need to do, feel free. And since we didn't do my lovely head scratching massage earlier, I'm gonna do it now in Shavasana. I try to at least scratch my head and give it a little massage for as often as I can, really, but especially at least once during my yoga sessions. Give some thanks to your body for what it does for you, and especially if you wear headphones or glasses, this is going to feel amazing. So scratch your head, even if you're in public, it doesn't matter. I'm beyond caring what anyone thinks. I will do this literally anywhere. I think I'm gonna try to do some videos on meditation and breathing. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And drink your water. Peace.